Hello, making a putty video and a review on the perfume Dylan Blue by Donatella Versace. It is an imitation by Sensational Shop. They did a very good job. Excellent, absolute heaven, absolute heavenly. They are great, very strong, very powerful, yet very mild on the skin. I recommend to the designers to make their own oils that are skin safe, tested on themselves, not on animals. So this here is total heaven. I slept with that last night, and when I woke up it was still powerful, and all the fruity notes revealed themselves to me, including pineapple, kiwi, guava, mango. Even smells like it has some banana in it. I just noticed that. It's gardenia. I'm just guessing, but yeah, this is what I'm smelling. Could have some magnolia in it. Could have some honeysuckle in it. It smells like it has honey in it. And white chocolate. Very, very thick fruity. Sweet fruits. Very, very sweet, heavy fruits. Big fruits. Like fleshy, the fleshy ones that have a lot of flesh. Fruit flesh. Very, very, very thick and juicy and very sweet. Tropical fruits. Lots of tropical fruits in it. Nice, it's nice. It is a dream, this perfume. My highest compliments to Donatella Versace. I don't know if she created that herself. Whoever created this, my highest compliments to you. This is a prize winner. This is a star. This is one of the top best in the world. Fantastic. Yeah, that's what I smelled last night. Also, it smells like Blue Lotus. So they might have some Blue Lotus in it. An imitation of Blue Lotus, of course, but which is the Latin name is Nymphea cerulea, the Blue Lotus. Nymphea cerulea imitation molecule. That's what it smells like. I might have also been tricked in the past, not from Sensational Shop. I was tricked like a couple of years ago or so, 2 years ago, maybe, by a vendor. I'm not going to mention names. By a vendor. It was not Eden Botanicals. They don't. I've never never noticed anything. Eden Botanicals they are they play very, 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 very fair and good customer service, and they're honest, and they're also, I think, among the 2 or 3 best natural perfume and absolute and distillation wholesalers in the world, I would say. So now they're very reliable. I don't want people to think that's them, but it was another one, another company, I'm not going to say which, where I bought a $50 a 1/16 ounce, like this much, like this, the top of my thumb, like this much, $50 for Blue Lotus Absolute. And the way this unfolded, was, where they didn't have it anymore. And when I asked them if they still had it, they were snappy about it. And then I was like, oh, why are they so snappy about it? And, after I had already ordered a whole bunch of stuff from them, but I never ordered anything again after they were snappy to me. So, and then I also saw from another company where I bought some supposedly natural oils, where they had a Blue Lotus too, which ended up, the entire Blue Lotus collection ended up on Etsy somehow, and was not on their website anymore, but they still sold it on Etsy with their name on it and everything. They also sold it on Etsy for, which seemed an incredibly low price for the actual Nymphaea Cerulean Absolute, all natural, but still way overpriced for an imitation. They still sold that with their name on the Etsy website. So that made me also very suspicious, when I see these kind of things, that, when you see those kind of contradictory things happening, where you just have to, you have to look over their shoulders, you have to question it, and you have to investigate it, and you have to draw the line from A to B and so on, and you have to be more skeptical about it, and you have to do a lot of research on it. When it comes to substances like Blue Lotus, which are exceptionally expensive and precious and rare, and probably very hard to produce, which requires a whole lot of petals, and there aren't that many Blue Lotus flowers out. There's a very large flower, it's a water lily. They only grow in the equatorial regions, in specific ponds, and it has to be completely pure. There can't be any pesticides in it or any kind of toxins. So that's why this is so expensive. But I had, the little bit of which I think was imitation. It did smell exactly like Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue Lotus. Smelled like that, very much so. A little bit diluted. They might have taken this and sold it as Blue Lotus. Yes, I'm upstairs. Yes, making a video. And I thought when I had that, which smelled like this, and it's not their fault, okay? It's not Sensational Shop fault. It's not Versace fault. I think someone might have bought this very perfume because it may have smelled a lot like the natural Blue Lotus, And they thought, oh, let's just sell this as Blue Lotus oil. And maybe they sold it to the wholesaler. The wholesaler didn't do enough research on it. But the wholesaler is, who eventually sold it, is responsible for this, you know. Even if they have been tricked, they're still responsible for it. They should give people the money back for that. They should give me the money back that I spent on that, the $50 for a fake Blue Lotus oil. And but they didn't. You know, they tried to. They were just. They were kind of rude to me because I think because they suspected that I was already looking over their shoulder just by asking that question, if whether they still had some of that Blue Lotus. And that's a very harmless question to ask, you know. I wasn't even insinuating anything. So, and once they were snappy to me, that's when I really began to question them. So, you know, you have to pay attention to the tone, the way they interact with the customers. So if they act guilty, if they act funny, you know, in a way that is totally unreasonable, then that might be an indication that they know that they did something wrong, but they don't want to reimburse the customers. And then if they reimburse one person, what if more people will want it? Or what if one person, you know, what if the one person, once they admitted it, what if the one person then starts a lawsuit and then then a catastrophe? I understand, but they should still, as a wholesaler, they should still act on their accountability, on their responsibility, you know, that they have. You know, once you have a store like this, you are responsible. You're responsible to serve the customer, not serve yourself. You know. That is a service. You know, when you have a company, it is a service to others. Okay? So, and the service, and that's what most companies don't do, obviously, because, you know, they are thinking in terms of profit maximization, not in terms of serving the customer, making the customer happy. Okay, it's the first thing to do. You know. So they all talk about this, you know, make the customer happy, but most of them don't really. Ultimately, if you look a little closer, if you read the fine print, oh, they didn't make the customer happy. They made themselves happy. Yeah. So not good. So, but anyway, that little bit of Blue Lotus, or that I had about 2 years ago, it did make me happy. Just as this is now making me happy with 1.7 ounces of it, of the same happy stuff, and concentrated. And that will last me for years. And it comes in a roll-on applicator bottle and only puts on a little bit. And you don't need to put a whole lot on. That'll be overwhelming. Just a little roll. This much of a roll. Roll, done. And you smell this for 24 hours. And it's mouth-watering and it makes you happy. And I believe that there is Blue Lotus, Nymphea cerulea, absolute imitation molecule in it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would like to know. But maybe they don't reveal all of the ingredients, because obviously, you know, the detailed ingredients and the composition and the particular amount of each substance is So that is a recipes, and that is a secret, of course, because they don't want people to imitate it 100% and steal it and run off with it. So, but as I said before, they probably already have some machines, some computers, some AIs that are able to determine what is in it, which of the different perfume molecules are in it, and in which amounts. So, I mean, we can't escape that kind of technology. It's just inevitable. But at least, they're not allowed to say that they are affiliated with the company, and they're only allowed to say this is our version, our imitation of the designer fragrance. So, but very well done, sensational shop, very well done, and worldwide perfume oils, excellent, 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 excellent job. And oil perfumery, excellent also. And quality fragrance oils. It's those four that I have tried so far, and I still want to do a comparison of some of the scents between them. So I'm going to do that again as well. I'm going to do that tomorrow with the alien. So I have three of alien from three different ones, and I'm going to compare them tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about it. Unfortunately, I don't know how the original actual designer alien smells, but I can so far I can only say which one of the imitations smells the best to me, and I have the feeling, it's just a feeling, but I'll talk about this tomorrow. I have the feeling that worldwide perfume oils got it correct, the most correct. But so this is just a feeling, but I'll talk about this tomorrow. I just want to concentrate on this right now, on this tropical paradise. I wish I was in the tropical paradise, because it's ice cold here and it rains non-stop with gray sky and ice cold rain. We need sunshine again, desperately. The flowers, my roses, need sunshine. I need to clean up the garden. I can't go out in this weather, it's just too inhospitable. So in the meantime, I'm dreaming about Sumatra, the beaches there, while smelling Dylan Blue by Donatella Versace. It's always good to visualize, in order to make our lives better, we have to start with visualization. Very, 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 very infinitely important. All those coaches, all those incredible people out there, those speakers, they all talk about it, all of it, about the extreme infinite importance of visualization and of self-affirmation and energy work. Energy healing work starts with our language. It starts with our thoughts. What thoughts am I harboring? Which thoughts can I cultivate? Even if it doesn't come so easy, we can cultivate better thoughts. Esther Hicks talks about this in detail. She said something like, an emotion is just a thought that I keep thinking. A thought you keep harboring. You can change that thought. We can change that. We can go, but we can't skip steps, of course. You know, we have to go to the next better feeling thought, from one thought to the next better feeling thought, and then go from there up the ladder. You know, so. And then you find evidence for that better feeling thought. Think about what evidence you can gather from your life that will support that better feeling thought. And you can start anywhere you are. It doesn't matter where you are. It starts with the perfume oils. They create better feeling thoughts in us. It's true. Because it goes through the olfactory senses. It is being received and it's being transported and transcribed into a perception in the brain and into a thought. And the thought is, this smells good. This reminds me of mango. This reminds me of a tropical beach. And you're already having a better feeling thought. This reminds me of the toucan birds with those real long banana beaks, like those real long banana beaks, like this long. And they make very cute sounds. They make clicking sounds, this big of a beak. And they sit high up in the palm trees, and one can see the booty and the butthole from underneath. That is so cute. I saw those. I saw families of them. They were sitting up high when we were sitting outside on the tables. The restaurant was outside, was lovely under the palm trees, and we could see the buttholes of the toucan birds. I wasn't even thinking about that. Maybe they will poop. I've seen that in Death Valley. There was a tree, and there was like a liquor store connected to a hotel, and went there. We got something. I think we even went in there, got fish and chips. And then when we came out of that restaurant and the liquor store that's connected to that, there were a bunch of people sitting there, and they were eating potato chips under a tree, and there were a whole lot of ravens, really, really large ravens, sitting in that tree, they were chattering with each other. And they were pooping on the people, and one pooped into the potato chip bag of this one girl, and she was so sad. I couldn't eat the potato chips anymore. But I know why they were hanging out there, because of all these people coming out of the liquor store, sitting there on that park bench, eating all kinds of snacks under that tree. So, and sometimes a snack would fall on the floor, and the raven would come and pick it up. So that's why the ravens were sitting there waiting for snacks to fall on the ground. I love birds. I love all beings. I want all beings to be safe, wherever they are, whatever climate zone they live in. I want them to be safe. Pineapple. A pineapple perfume. I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, it's so amazing. It makes you high. It really does. It makes you happy. It also smells a little bit like Nivea cream. It smells very clean. Incredible. When I woke up, several of those single notes came to me, smelling this kiwi fruit. Could be a little bit chocolate in it too. Just a little bit. A little bit white chocolate. A little bit caramel, vanilla. What else? Magnolia, maybe. A little bit jasmine, the jasmine grandiflora, I think. Oh, it's so incredibly nice. Incredibly nice. A little bit strawberry too. Amazing. They use amazingly fine and accurate molecules. The best in the world. I don't even know if we can buy these really refined molecules in single notes. I don't know if you can buy that anywhere. So the ones that I got, the single notes, they don't smell like super natural. So they don't smell this refined, you know, like where it smells really natural. Peach is in it also. Peach and apricot. Lots of fleshy fruits in it. I don't smell citrus in it. A little bit banana. It's amazing. It's heavenly. I don't smell frankincense in this. Maybe some lily. Honeysuckle, lily of the valley. Lots and lots and lots of amazing fruits and flowers. Absolutely amazing. And some rose too. Some pink roses. It's heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. I recommend it For anyone with depression, get Donatella Versace Dylan Blue perfume oil. It will make you feel better. I give you my guarantee, whether you're a woman or a man, So, we need to get rid of all this, this stereotype self-image making. We need to get rid of that. You can be a straight man and wear this too at night. If you don't want to wear it during the day, then you wear your Georgie Aqua di Gio. What is your whatever. But at night you can put this on. And if you're alone, you put this on a teddy bear, and you imagine that teddy bear is your girlfriend. And you smell that, and you're in heaven. You can also get a love doll. They're making amazing love dolls, and now they're making them into robots. So there are already love doll robots out there you can get. I don't know, for $10,000 or something, or $20,000, as much as a car. They have love robots of any size and any shape, with any size breast and butt and lips and face shape, and incredible. And if they replace women, that's fine with me. There was a guy once, he just wanted to pick a fight. And he says, you ladies out there, I bet you are mad. I said, no, I'm not mad. I'm happy about the singularity. I want that to happen. I'm happy if that makes men happy. And he just wanted to keep fighting. He wanted to fight and it's like shadow boxing. I wasn't even fighting, and there was nothing to fight with me, but he wanted to fight. A teenager, a frustrated teenage guy, overweight, obviously has trouble finding a girlfriend, doesn't also trouble with connection, has been hurt. I see the whole story. And now he wants a doll like that, and then he also wants to get even with women. See? Now see what you got. Now I have my love doll. I don't need you anymore. That's all pain and hurt and all of that. And they don't see it. It's getting dark. They don't see their pain and their hurt. Makes me sad. And then the more I wanted to be nice and have a conversation, the meaner he got, because he saw that he was shadowboxing. He wasn't even hurting me or anything, and it was just, he was kicking into air. He was doing his karate movements into the air, and it made him even more angry. And so he became very verbally abusive in the end. So I finally cut off the conversation. Then they go, "You are fat and ugly. It's why you can't find a boyfriend." I say, yes, I am fat, and yes, to some I'm ugly, maybe to most. And so, yeah, so what next? So, who cares, right? Who cares? What matters is that we make the world a better place, and that we do something for our senses, that we feel better, have better feeling thoughts. Than if the haters would get this perfume oil here. That would really change the whole world dramatically in an instant. But they wouldn't get this perfume. Oh, what, that's for women? So it's like already like self-image, self-sabotage. So right there, self-image making prevents them from doing something good for themselves. It's all sad. This is almost the color of the wall paint in our rooms. It's like this amazing peach. And this is also totally the color for this perfume. This is the ultimate color for this perfume. Peachy apricot cream with pineapple infused. That's what this is. And blue lotus. And it makes you high. And I highly recommend it. It makes the world a better place. And I'm so glad my aunt sent me an email today. And it feels so good to talk to her about perfumes. I love talking about perfumes. They're the essence of happiness. The natural substances, of course, they're infinitely more refined and infinitely more complex. And I love them, and I use them for my cosmetic, for my skin applications, for makeup, my own makeup that I make. And I still want to make that video for Sandy. I still do. I'm planning on doing it. It's just so darn cold in the kitchen right now, so I'm waiting for the weather to get better, to get warmer. My husband, he doesn't allow heater on in the kitchen, so it's kind of rough a little bit here in this household. So that's why I have now condensed my paradise into my bedroom, where I have the heater on at all times, even at night now. So because I have to, I can't stand this ice air on my nose. Even if I have a sleeping bag on and I only have my face open, the ice air, I can't even sleep with ice air blowing on me. Even through a little gap in the window, I have to have the window gap open for air. So, and I have, Dr. Scholl said in his book, Dr. Richard Scholl, he wrote a book on, I think, 22 steps to holistic healing. He talked about the extreme importance of having a slight air flow through, going through the whole house, like diagonally through. Like if you have a window upstairs open just by an inch, you open another window downstairs on the other end of the house, also for an inch, and then you have a little bit of an air flow through. You have new oxygen coming through your house, even with the heaters on and all. It's very important to have that. I noticed that a lot of people, they will hermetically seal up all of their windows, and then they use up the air, and the air in the house then becomes 10 times more toxic than outside on a congested street in a big city. That's the truth, It's been scientifically researched, all of this stuff. So that's why it's very important to have a gap window, two windows across from each other, have that open, and have a cross ventilation going through the house or the apartment. Very important. We need oxygen. Don't take that for granted. Every tree generates oxygen for us. So that's why I don't want the forests to be cut. It's very important that people realize this. Very, very important. This needs to be mandatory education in school. All of this stuff also on self-healing. But the medical industry has blocked that off, that type of holistic, wholesome education, because they get their customers through people being uninformed. When people are uninformed, they don't live according to health, and then they end up in the emergency room. They end up taking the pharmaceutical medication, making the pharma industry and the entire medical industry richer and richer and richer on cost of their own health, on cost of animals that are being tested on. So that's why we need to uncorporatize the world, uncorporatize the world. Okay, that's what we need to do. We need to make the world transparent. As Mikhail Gorbachev said, perestroika and glasnost. Glasnost means transparency. Okay? It has to do with the word glass. The languages are not that, they're not that different from each other. So perestroika is accountability. Very important to have accountability and transparency. Okay. Mikhail Gorbachev is one of the biggest thinkers in the world that think outside of politics, that think outside of any kind of movement or ideology. So we were all huge fans, back in my high school. We were all fans. Our teachers, all the students were all fans of Mikhail Gorbachev because we saw what an amazing man that is. So it's so true, we have to have transparency and accountability. And then the world will become a better place. Okay, you guys take care. Bye-bye.